Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hear my voice? Yeah, I'll probably be coughing and hacking through this. Definitely caught a head cold or COVID or something. I don't know. Haven't tested, but this is Friday morning. Took a sick day today. Head out on vacation tomorrow. Woohoo. Felt this coming on Tuesday night, I guess, when I got home in the evening. Sore throat and stuff. Anyway, sore throat seems to have passed. I feel like I'm hacking something up, but now I've got that morning voice that's going to last all day. So, a little coffee. We're going to have a shave. Got some razors I'm going to give away as well. We'll get to here in a moment. What we're shaving with. I have London Razors 2. This is their coffee, chapter 2. Coffee and Contemplation. I don't see anything about them anymore. They were local to me, about an hour north, less than an hour, 40-some minutes in London. I think they moved to Richmond, Kentucky. I don't know if they're still around. They were on Etsy. I've checked on there periodically, and I haven't seen any new offerings. So, but really nice base. He had, I forget who was making his soaps for him. Anyway, I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm not going to guess at it at this point. But anyway, don't know if he's still producing soaps. We got Stuart just because we're trying to have some fun regardless of how we feel. And the razor I'm using is my very petite ABC, American Button Company razor made for Gillette. And this is the shell design. Got one of those to give away with some other razors, so hang around if you'd like to see that. All right, I'm going to get my face wet and get some lather going. So, the plan is, as I mentioned last video, to do some camping. I'm going to be gone for about 8 days. And this is a nice coffee, chocolatey coffee kind of scent. It's a gourmand kind of scent, but it's a nice one. It's not overdone, and I enjoy it. This is one I've thought of passing along at times, but then I'm like, no, I kind of like having a coffee scent. And you'll see, it's a nice base. And get some soap around the sides of the tub. Get that cleaned off. So forgive me for the voice, any coughing or clearing the throat that I do. So we're going to do some camping. And physically, with arthritis, the tent camping has gotten to be too much for me. Too much setting up and tearing down. So we looked at some small campers, something I could pull with our Highlander. I just didn't like the build quality of them for what they're asking. So I ordered a cargo trailer, a 7-foot by 12, just a small one, just enough to do the basics. And we're going to be very basic for this trip because I had too many projects around the house. And forgive me if I'm duplicating something I said in the previous video. I can't remember. I can't even think clear. But anyway, the whole idea is I stepped in the back where I have a ramp door and then I'll have an awning out over it. First pass. So I stepped in about a little less than 2 foot and put a wall and put an air conditioner in that facing into the trailer, exhausting out the back, and that's going to be like a galley kitchen off the back like you'd see on a teardrop camper. You know, a microwave, refrigerator, some counters, and whatnot stuff. Brand new Wizamet blade in this. So that wall This week I got the wall up. Air conditioner mounted. Just a window air conditioner. Framed up some beds, 2 twin beds on either side, on the inside. Frame them up kind of high so I have storage, some totes underneath, unless I just build some cabinets later. And we got some nice mattresses to put on top of those beds that were framed. What else? Also, so I got a 50 amp plug so I can tie in at campgrounds, plug into shore power, what they call, regular power at the campgrounds that have it. And a 50 amp panel on the inside. I also have the adapters so that if you're plugging in at home, you can have at least some power. You're not going to 50 amps, but you'd have a 110 outlet at home. And also the dog bone to connect from a 50 amp down to a 30 plug in case the campground, like the one we're going to, only has a 30 amp service. So I'll be able to plug into it, still feed that panel. You just have to remember you only have 30 amps available rather than the full 50. So I have that in, but I don't have any circuits run yet. So today the idea is, before we leave tomorrow, is to get a couple circuits run back to that wall to feed the air conditioner, a couple plugs, the refrigerator, that sort of thing. Did I mention I've been sick this week and it's been fun trying to get this done? While you're doing your secular work? Really hit me yesterday though. I told my boss, I said, I'm sorry. I know the timing of this right before I'm heading out for 8 days. I said, but I'm not coming in tomorrow. He said, no problem, can't plan that. Just take it off, get some rest. Get better before you go, he said. I said, that's not going to happen. But we'll have fun regardless. Alright, well, pretty near close enough. This thing is pretty aggressive. It's comfortable. It's an efficient razor. And we're going to discuss those razors that were given away. We're going to have 2 winners. Let's go ahead and look at those. So what I have are 2 double edge razors and 2 single edge razors. You'll have to have your own blades for these, obviously, but one is the exact same razor I'm shaving with right now. This one, you can hear some wiggle in it, but when you put a blade in it, it's tight, secure, no issues whatsoever. So I don't know if somebody changed the top cap at some point or whatever, but everything looks original to it. But there you go. It's a shell design one. The one with that, this will go with it. This was a prototype by Takichi. If you see Takichi on eBay. He sells brushes and different things, and he was getting into doing some razors. He had this design, and this was a prototype he sent for me to try out. And before he could get to producing it, I think it was people in Pakistan that just took his money, never produced them, and they never came to fruition. So this was a prototype that never went to market. So an unobtainium. So those two will go together if you want a DE set. Single edge. We have a gem clog proof and a gem G bar. Very good razors, good condition. You can see the shine on them. So single edge gem style blades if you want a single edge razor. If you'd like to enter for both, you can enter for both. That'll complicate things a little bit on my end, but I'll still figure it out. So either put DE, SE, or both, depending on which one you would like to be entered for, and we'll put you in for those. I may do a video while I'm on vacation camping, and I may or may not select the individual then. Depends on if I'm able to, and what service is like. I can't remember what the service is like at this campground we've been to. It's been a number of years ago. Anyway, let's get our final pass in here. Where am I at? Third. I will say too, this is, I think I'm going to keep this to US based individuals, just because shipping has gotten crazy. Send something to someone. Let me get a rinse here. I just sent a package to somebody in India with some stuff, and you know, it wasn't a very big package. $29. So Dave's not made of money. I'm not some big YouTube channel, not even trying to be. So we're not monetized, we're not making money. So this is for US, because I know that shipping is going to be in the neighborhood $5-6 on pirate ship. That $29 was on pirate ship. I don't know what it would have been if I went to the post office. So I'm sorry, anybody that's watching from outside of the States, but you know, with shipping's just gotten ridiculous trying to get things in or out of the United States right now anyway. So that's out of my control, and I'm not getting into that. So let me go ahead and hit some witch hazel. So again, this will be US based, please. And I know some will say, well, I would pay shipping, but then I've got to sort, you know, that just complicates it. I've got to, you know, get it all packaged and buy the label and then let the person know, and they're like, oh, that's too much, or can you, you know, it just gets complicated. So we're just going to keep it US based. So again, if you'd like to have the Coffee and Contemplation London razors, if you'd like to have SE, let's put SE, DE for the DEs, or both if you'd like to be considered for both. you won't get both. It's going to be 2 winners. I'll just make sure that's clear too. But you can enter for both if you want to. Making sure your odds are better to maybe get one or the other, okay? Anyway, thank you for being with me. Sorry about the voice. Anyway, great shave. Really enjoyed this. This scent, it's a nice one. It hangs with you too. It's a decent base. Aftershave is not necessarily my favorite because of the little bit of tackiness, but I think that'll dry down and get a little better. Again, thank you for being here, Dave in Kentucky. Looking forward to camping trip, getting away and resting and getting over this. But be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the forum. I can never get it stopped.